The Canadian Cancer Society is urging the country to lower the starting age for breast cancer screening to 40. We were talking about it at the top of the show. Joining us now to discuss some more is Dr. Iris Gorfinkel. All right, Dr. Gorfinkel, here is the advice, the recommendations, and the Canadian Cancer Society has changed the recommendations. They were saying 50, now they're saying 40. Where does this stand with regards to impacting our national guidelines? Will that have some influence in changing that?
It comes as such good news. Think about this. 1 in 8 Canadian women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime. So we need the right to refer ourselves early so that we will be less likely to get breast cancer that is untreatable or have breast cancer that is going to cause us to die. Now, that sounds dramatic, but actually that's the truth. Early mammography saves lives. So in most provinces now, well, we have exceptions, but women can self-refer for getting their own mammogram, no doctor needed, which I think is fantastic because that's going to really save lives.
Yeah, and what we're looking at on the screen here is a map, obviously, of the country where a self-referral for mammograms happens in your 40s.
That's exactly right. Notice Quebec, though. Quebec is an outlier. You have to have a doctor refer you in Quebec. Question mark, how's that supposed to work if you don't have a family doctor? But every other province shown in pink, women can, in fact, self-refer in their 40s.
Yeah, well, this is crucial. This is critical. As you mentioned, early detection is so important when it comes to breast cancer. Meantime, nearly 3,000 cases of whooping cough have been reported right across England. That's more than 3 times the cases that were recorded all of last year. Dr. Gorfinkel, what exactly is whooping cough and its symptoms, and just how concerned should we be about it here in Canada?
Yeah, that's some heartbreaking news, isn't it? Considering that it is a vaccine-preventable disease. Should we be concerned? Absolutely. Think about this. 4 out of 5 kids are vaccinated, and yet you need 9 out of 10 to be vaccinated to get that herd immunity. 1 in 3 adults is adequately vaccinated. The majority are not. And why is that a problem? Well, you got a disease caused by a bacteria that can kill people, especially in infancy. Pregnant women need to be vaccinated. So the problem is this. They start off with the symptoms that are just like a cold. No doctor's going to give antibiotics for a cold. And then what happens? 2 weeks later, you develop a terrible cough. A cough so bad you can hardly catch your breath, and that causes that whoop of whooping cough. That's no exaggeration. That's exactly what it does. And people can vomit from the cough. They get quite sick from it. And children can even have brain damage. So this is a problem.
Wow, okay. I remember I had it when I was in labor and I had the whooping cough. It was, try getting an epidural. Well, epidural before the labor, that was fun.
Oh my gosh, what a combo pack. Being in labor with whooping cough.
Yeah,
that's awful. Pregnant women are supposed to get it between 27 and 32 weeks vaccinated, and less than half are getting that vaccine. I'm glad you mentioned that because it just goes to show even famous people can get that.
Is that me? I'm not. No. We were speaking of, real famous people. Jessica Biel. We have to get to the bottom of this because we were talking about this the other day on the show. Before the Met Gala, she put on Insta that she soaked in 20 pounds of Epsom salts to get ready for the gala. What does this do?
Can you believe this? Here it is. So what's the recommendation? If you're going to soak in Epsom salts, it's supposed to be 2 cups. So here's somebody. What does she take? 35 cups, Bob. 35 cups of Epsom salts in the hot water. So what's that going to do? Well, let's not talk about what that might do to her genital area. Let's leave that out. Ouch, ouch. I don't know how she managed to sit in that for 30 minutes.
Would that dry?
Well, it's a hypertonic solution, right? You're sitting in a salt that's just like it's pulling water out of your system.
Just drying everything.
She probably did that. Well, a hot bath is going to relax you. What do you need 35 cups of Epsom salts in there for? That's going to cause dehydration potentially. And never mind, if your body were to absorb that kind of magnesium, fatigue, feeling really dizzy, passing out, like what do we need this for? We do not have any scientific evidence, not a shred. This was such an attention grab. It's like, what are we going to do? Just shake our heads and say, let's hope people don't swallow the bleach and drink the Kool-Aid.
Let's hope.
So you're not recommending it?
Well, in so many words.
All right, we got to leave it there, Dr.
No,
Gorfinkel. Always a pleasure. Good to see you this morning.
Many thanks for having me.